have Dr. Dave Greenberg with us. Give him a big hand.
90% of people will say that they've got some symptoms of these winter blues.
Okay, so this is a real thing.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I was speaking with the audience earlier and met Lori, who does suffer from SAD, and I love the fact that you've come up with all these ways to sort of deal with it.
Everything I wanted to talk about.
Oh, good, so the segment's done then.
No, this is
Let's
perfect.
go to break.
No, but I want to expand on those.
Yeah.
First of all, she said that it started in her teens.
Yes.
Average age is probably in their early 20s, but starts young, right? 4 times as many women as men. So that's you.
I wonder
right?
what's that about?
It's just depression in general, much more prevalent in women than men as it stands. So
Right.
it probably has to do with the fact that our brains are wired a little differently. Getting out every day, really important. Exercise is an important factor, but it doesn't help us much with the light part. Eating healthy. How many people here find that come this time of year, all they want is carbs? They just crave carbs like crazy, right? And they start eating these things and they look at themselves and go, wow, if this was the summer, I'd eat a salad. Right?
Yeah.
It makes you do that. So you got to be very, very conscious of that. And then the light therapy, the tanning bed, in theory works great because it should be the right kind of light, but then we've got this small issue like skin cancer that we have to worry about also. So the light therapy, and then you went on to say that sometimes you'll actually take an antidepressant. There's actually a study that shows that light therapy is as effective as Prozac for SAD, and it works faster and less side effects and safer.
How much are we talking about, though? Because people hear light therapy and they think, how much light do I need?
Thank you. Okay, so traditionally we had what they call light boxes or lamps. I've had this, there's a lamp here, I don't know if everybody can see it.
Yeah.
There's a lamp here that I brought in that's been sitting beside my desk at the office for about 15 years. Okay? It's about $300, or it was about $300 when I bought it.
Yeah.
And I didn't use it the way I'm supposed to use it. Why? Because I don't have time to use the way you're supposed to use it. So what you're supposed to use it is for about 20 minutes or half an hour first thing in the morning.
Okay.
Why does that work? Because what it's doing is, the problem is we have this little gland in the bottom of our brain called the pineal gland. And that's the gland that, among other things, it tells when birds want to fly south for the winter. But what it does is it controls your sleep-wake cycle.
Okay.
So when the sun comes up, it turns off the hormone, melatonin, that makes you sleepy, and turns on serotonin, which is the one that makes you
Happy.
Okay, so what happens is if you get up in the dark, right, then it doesn't know
Not
what to
happy.
do. Not happy, okay? So what the light therapy is supposed to do is supposed to send a signal to your brain through your eyes that says, okay, time to get up now because the sun's up. The problem with these lamps, and they've shown that a significant percentage of people who use these lamps or light boxes or whatever they are stop using them. Why? Because it's a real pain to have to sit in one place for 20 minutes or half an hour first thing in the morning.
Yeah, because a lot of people don't even have that, or they're going to have to wake up an extra half an hour earlier in order to do that.
And let's also not forget that some people we know who might be sitting across from me have to get up in the dark even in the summertime.
Well, I'm thinking all of the studio crews right now are listening, so they're listening to this because they're up at 2:33 in the morning.
This is the thing, right? So for jet lag, for shift workers, there's all kinds of people whose systems are completely screwed up by this light problem. So some people came to talk to me that came up with this new product, and I love this thing, and the reason I brought it today, and the reason I'm excited about it is a couple of reasons. First of all, this is called a Yuma Light. All the research on this was done in Toronto.
Oh, good.
By psychiatrists in Toronto that I've worked with.
Yeah.
So I'm completely comfortable with the fact that it's credible. And what you do is, everybody ready for this? Watch. My kids saw this for the first time and they went nuts. Okay?
That's
you
hot,
put it on like
Dr.
this,
Dave.
okay? And it comes, and the light comes, and it turns out, right, that you can either have this broad spectrum white light, or, check this out.
Does that still work,
It
the red
still
light?
works. It still works.
But it just makes you look sexier?
Well, some people think so. Go to the website and vote if you think I look sexy with the red and the white. But anyway, bottom line is that, look at, I can do anything with this. I can exercise.
You? Would you go to the mall with it?
No, but what I'm saying is, I wouldn't go to the mall first thing in the morning anyway.
Okay,
right? So when I get out of bed in the morning,
wake up, put it on. You can eat your breakfast.
You can exercise with it. You can walk around the house, so you're not stuck sitting.
I love it.
And not only that, it's about a third of the price of the traditional light boxes.
And let's talk about this in relation to antidepressants.
So what I would say to Lori is if you don't have one of these or this, but I'm happy about this, you should. And anybody who's on antidepressants, I would think, should be using this in addition to, if not as, like, a trial of it for sure instead of. If it's not good enough, don't stop using it and switch. Keep using it, because the beauty of this is, what's the downside?
Yeah.
Right?
That's
it's
right.
It's a complete do no harm. It's completely safe, and it's just, and I'm telling you, if you live anywhere north of the middle of the United States,
you need it.
You need it, okay?
Yeah.
And the guys here, I was thinking about this as soon as I saw this and I knew I was coming on. I thought, the studio crew here,
They all need it.
all need it.
Yeah, they all need it. It's tough getting up in the middle of the night, day after day after day, and it does something to your system.
How many people have babies that are getting up at ridiculous hours?
Yeah, that's right. The parents need it too.
Yeah.
After the show, can you put that back on? Because I loved it on you.
Yeah,
After the show today, we are going to be drawing for some of these Humalite medical light therapy visors. I hope you get one.